A year after liberation, Kherson is still a dangerous place to be.
So 3 people were traveling in this car when it was hit earlier today by Russian shelling. From what we know, the driver was instantly killed. A 2-month-old baby received an injury to the head, and the mother was seriously wounded. She had to be brought to a hospital and is currently fighting for her life.
This is the baby girl, in the arms of a Ukrainian police officer, being rushed to hospital. A year after Russian forces retreated, much of the city is still a war zone. And medical facilities like this maternity hospital remain in harm's way. Medical director Oksana Tomchenko shows us what the Russians have done since leaving. They didn't go very far. From the roof, we can see the left bank of the river, from where Russian troops continue to attack the city.
During the occupation, when our city was shelled, it was point shelling, aimed at where the Russian military was stationed. The strikes were directed. Since the deoccupation, the Russians shoot wherever they want.
In the year before the war, 1,200 children were born here. Now, Oksana Tomchenko says they have about 1/10 of that.
It breaks my heart that we have so few births here. I understand it's safer for women to be elsewhere, but that's our job.
Irina plans to have her baby here, despite the risks.
They are shooting, shells are constantly flying, and it makes you very nervous. You fall asleep and you don't know whether you will wake up or not, to be honest.
She already has 2 daughters, one born before the war, the other during occupation. She doesn't want to give up on the future of her family here.
We want, as parents, to show our children by our example that we need to believe in the best. We need to strive for something in our lives.
But it's been hard. Irina tells us her husband was taken prisoner during the occupation. She says their neighbor, a supposed friend, betrayed them to the Russians. This kind of betrayal has caused social traumas that will need healing in this city.
During the occupation, some of our employees were sure, I will quote now, that Russia is here forever. They were sure of it, and even spoke openly about it.
The occupation has left a complicated legacy for those who remain.
Open collaborators, those who openly supported them, no one will forgive them. Those who had to adapt, we do not call them collaborators. That is different.
One year later, trauma runs deep in Kherson city. And with the Russians on its doorstep, the danger is far from over. As we leave, the shelling begins once again.